Welcome back. Let's start playing around with AgentSheets. So first of all, we have to find it, and of course it brings it up in the other monitor. Let's go over here, and I use a Mac. You might use a Mac or a PC. It's not going to be that much different, so we'll just play along. In the Mac, we go to Applications, and let's see, right here, AgentSheets 4, and here's the actual application, so I can double click and bring that up. It's asking me about the free trial. We're currently under the trial. We have about a year to go, so I'll go ahead and take it, and it will come up here in a second. So let's see what we have. There we go. Okay, so AgentSheets, we have here the kind of the toolbar, and there's a few things that we can do, but we can't do much without actually starting a project. So let's do that. It wants us to give it a name, so let's call it Demo Project 1, and we'll save that on our desktop. Now the next thing that it wants to know is how big do we want our agents to be. Remember that was one of the key questions, and once we choose it, we're going to be set. All the agents are the same size. I'll go ahead and take the default of 32 by 32, although I could have also chosen different defaults, either larger, smaller, or even any kind of size that I want specifically. Okay, here we are. This is our gallery. This is where we have all of our agents and so on collected. Right now we don't actually have one, so we should build one. We can add a new agent like this. Let's give it a name. This agent will just be our avatar. Oops, I cannot spell. That's better. So that it's the first agent we build. And there you see a face. This is a kind of a cool looking dude with ruby sunglasses. And that's the default look. Okay, that's the default for any kind of an agent that we build. I'll go ahead and take it for now. That seems fairly reasonable. But I want to add another agent. And remember that the agents can be actual avatars like our friend here, or they could be background, roads, etc. So let me just add an agent here called the background. Okay, and again it gives us that default look, but that's not at all appropriate for this case. So right here you see that we can create a new depiction if we want to give it different looks, or we can edit the current depiction. So let's do that. Here it is. This is, like I said, not at all what we want, so we can just clear it. And let's take a color, like say gray, and place it everywhere. There we go. That actually now looks like a background, so I will take it. I'll say that's done. You might actually recognize that this is just essentially a paint program, and we'll go back to that, but we'll look at how we can build different kinds of agents. Okay, so we have a background, we have an avatar. Now what we need to do is to actually start creating our game. So to do that, what we do is we build a worksheet. So here we go. This is the place where the agents are going to live. Let's grab our background. Okay, so I've selected it here, and now I go back to the worksheet, and this lets me place it someplace. Okay, so let's do that. And I simply select the region, and what you see is here now is the background, which is just the region that I chose. I can also place it over here, for example. I can choose to connect these in some way. We can do all sorts of things. Okay. Now I also would like to have my avatar here someplace, so I will select the avatar, go back here. Again, this selects a location that I can place him in, and I'm going to place him right here. Okay. Now notice what I've done. I've created a background, and now the avatar is there in the background. The avatar is actually on top of a background cell. I could have just as easily put it someplace else. So let me just select him and move him. Okay. Right? So there he is. I've moved him over to this location. I can move him anywhere I want. Right here it is not on top of the background. It is simply on top of an empty canvas. I can place him where I like. All right. Let's play our game. we'll hit the play button, and not surprisingly, nothing much is happening, okay? That's because we haven't added any behaviors at all to our object. So let's go ahead and add some behavior. So I stopped them. Let's go to our avatar and edit the behavior right here. Okay, this brings up a number of windows. This is an actions window. Those are the kinds of things that the avatar can do. These are the conditions that lets us say when we want the avatar to do something. And right here is where we actually write the rules. So let's do that. Let's put something in this rule. So what we say is if something is happening, then do that. Let's take the very simplest possibility. Okay. And I'm going to move this around just so that it's easier to see it all at once. There we go. Okay, so this is asking whether the avatar can see something, and this lets me say where the avatar sees it. So I'm going to say that if the avatar sees, well, it's not going to see itself, but it can see the background. Okay, so if the avatar sees the background to the right, then perhaps it should move to the right. So let's go ahead and bring him here. And there it is. It's already pointing right, so we'll take it. That can be the entire behavior. Okay, for now, let's just apply that. We can get rid of these windows now if we want. Okay, again, let's place the avatar kind of at a nice location. I'll start him right here in this corner. And now let's play. Oh, there he goes. Okay, that was a little fast. But actually, as you can imagine, what it's done is it sees that background color cell to its right, and so it's moved all the way to the right. It stopped here because there is no background cell to the right. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay. Oh, well, that worked well. I'm still running. Let's stop running. There we go. Okay, so we're back at the beginning. One of the things that I like to do is to make it a little slower so we can see it play. So let's just slow down. You see here I can choose the speed of the game. And let's see him again. Oh, there he goes. This ability to change the speed of the game is quite useful because a lot of times we're going to want to actually see what's happening, and it'll be hard. So actually bringing it the speed down means that you can see what's happening, and that gives you a better idea, most likely, of why your program isn't working. That's kind of life for us. Okay, let's stop it again. We'll bring an avatar to the beginning. Something else I wanted you to see was this button, which just allows me to step through. So I'll hit next, and as you can see, it's thinking, yep, there's a background directly to my right. So let's move, and we can just keep doing this. So now I'm simply stepping one at a time. Again, this is very useful for debugging. And I step, and it doesn't do anything anymore because that's it. Okay, there is no cell with a background color there. Okay, let's stop that right there. And when we come back, we'll try to build some other games that maybe have a more interesting purpose.